Let's remind you of the poll. You can jump in to see where that is. Oh, man, it's gone more toward can't lose to Vanderbilt. Congratulations, Coach. We appreciate the Florida win. Next, get you nothing. It's a rough job. But you can tell us if you agree that 82% say that this Florida win means nothing if you lose to Vanderbilt. 18% of you say, no, it's Florida. It still counts. So go ahead and play along. And for those of you, I just realized people tune in during the show. Anybody tuning in is like, what the hell is he wearing? We do this with this is only the third time we've broken out the big game win jacket. So we have a little fun here and act a little silly at times. Take a look at Diego Pavia and his numbers over the last 3 weeks. I know that's hard to read, but that's game by game against Texas, against Auburn, and against Kentucky yesterday. Look over on the far right. Those are the tallies. 85 of 110 passing. Last 3 games, 1,226 yards, 77.2% completion percentage versus 3 SEC foes, 11 yards per attempt, 11 touchdowns against just 1 interception. Oh, and running the ball, he's rushed for 200 yards and 3 more touchdowns. This is just, you don't see stats like this in the SEC. I don't like guys with big mouths that talk and showboat and do all that stuff. So I'm not a Pavia fan. That said, if he isn't either 1 or 2 in the Heisman race this year, it's a travesty. Much like we already know it's a travesty from back in 1990.
There you go.
Daniel, is this Tennessee's toughest challenge for their defense this year?
Absolutely. You look at the way he plays the game, and like when he makes the decision to run the football, he plants his foot and runs. He's not tiptoeing. He's literally hitting the hole. And then you think as a defensive line, you got to change up how you rush. You got to have your quarterback points that you're hitting every single play. Because if he's finding that gap and he's making you hurt.
Guys, defenders, what do you think?
77% or 71% of their completion.
No, 77.
77, right. I think that's the toughest thing. Like we've seen our secondary at times have some struggles. We've also seen our defensive line not be able to win one-on-ones without some games. So those are what present problems because if you're having to put pressure on him, he has the ability to run. He also has the ability to throw it right over where you're blitzing from. They've got to do some things. But what I saw encouraging yesterday, who came up when Lagway made the run? Arian Carter, I thought, had his best game. It wasn't statistically his best game, but where he was making plays, coming up and meeting the guy in the backfield, I thought he was playing. I think he's going to have to be the big contributor in this game to say, how do I take away the run game from him in that part of the game.
VFL Mike Stoll, usually a part of our panel, couldn't be here today. We talked on the phone before the show. He said, man, I would take Arian Carter and I would say, see Diego Pavia there? He's your guy. Whatever happens, you follow him. So same line of thinking. Marlon, your thoughts on Diego Pavia and the challenge he presents to a Tennessee defense that probably had its best game yesterday?
He will be your toughest challenge, and for 2 reasons. First of all, he's tough. Meaning you can hit this guy in the face as he's getting ready to football. He's going to jump right back up and talk a little bit back to you. A lot of guys, quarterback-wise, don't have that kind of mentality, right? You start seeing ghosts, especially when guys are hitting you. This guy kind of like he puts on more steam and get rolling as you get after him. The other thing is he's motivated. He said way before the season, we're going to run the state this year. He wants this game. He wants this game in Knoxville. He wants this game to go to the playoff. And so, yes, he's going to be your toughest challenge. He is very creative. If a play breaks down, he's not just standing back there. He's going to get loose. Eyes are still down the field, and he can stick his foot in the ground and go get you 5 or 10 more yards. So the guy's tough, and he's motivated. He's definitely going to be your toughest challenge this season.
They tried to bait him into saying something yesterday after the game. I saw the press conference. He may have said something later, but the only thing I saw was somebody asking about Tennessee. He said, you want me to say something? He said, I've just heard great things about that stadium, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. Now, the problem for him is everybody still has that stuff he said on YouTube from back in August. My question to you two, because we talked about this on the Saturday show. You guys are both on the Saturday kickoff preview show we do. When Arkansas came to town and their running back Mike Washington chirped about Tennessee's defense, the thought was, okay, you got to shut this guy down. They didn't. Didn't. Is that a concern that somebody else came out and ran their gums, flapped their gums at them, and they didn't stop them? Does it worry you that all the trash talk in the world from Pavia isn't going to be much of a a motivating factor for Tennessee's defense.
It concerns me to a point just because this guy's backing it up so far this season. You always hate a guy that talks, but when he can back it up, you kind of got to give him the go-ahead. But it doesn't concern me in the fact that it will be bulletin board material. It's probably been bulletin board material for the entire season. And I mean, from being down there, I already know it's probably plastered on everybody's locker, some printout piece of paper that has every comment. It's on every wall in that locker room. So they're paying attention to it and they're looking at it. But I mean, the same thing to your point, it obviously didn't give you the edge against Arkansas. So you want to hopefully say that it does, because this one does mean a little bit more than that Arkansas game.
Go ahead.
I would just say, if I'm building the defensive line the way he's running his mouth, my job would be to put him out.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying permanently, but I'm saying I'd go for the knockout.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go, hey, we're just going to go to a bowl game, so I'm going to miss the first half of a bowl game. I'm going to take my shot if I get it. And so, I mean, that's the way my mentality would be, is like, if I put this guy out of the game, we're going to win. And so at the end of the day.
And you're talking about a hard hit, not a dirty hit.
No, not a dirty hit. I'm just talking about, but I may go high, right?
Right.
I may go for a helmet shot. I'm going to do something like that.
Okay, so maybe a dirty hit.
But
Don't say I didn't throw you the life raft there.
I'm not trying to injure his knee, but I'm gonna try to rattle your cage, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think if I was that game with the way he's running his mouth, man, back in the day, the SEC, if you used to run your mouth like that, people made you pay a price.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point right there, Will. You said back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't think we have that kind of defense where we've got a stud guy that's like, all right, that cat there is a
Yeah, who's your meanest guy on this defense?
right.
Yeah.
So I would say, hey, listen, contain the guy, hit him when you can, but let's go get the win and spoil their playoff picture. Yes, Will, back in those days, those defenses you played on when you got that stud Mike linebacker that's, bulletin board. In this game, go get the W. We'll shut them up after that. We're good.
They handled him pretty easily last year, but that was a much better Tennessee defense. My thinking is, could that be scheme? Was that just a better defense? I think it was probably just a better defense. Daniel, final word. What do you think about? You're the Daniel Lama, always a peace-loving Zen man.
Yeah.
Can you believe mean old Will Overstreet down here?
No. I mean, we played with Kiffin one year, and we had a quarterback. I think it was at UCLA that was running his mouth, and that was our goal as a defensive line before the game, was to put him out of the game. That's how you play the position. We may not always talk about it all the time, but they should go out there and do it. Whether they will, we'll see.
The Sports Source. Go find that on some other show.